road today, folks. Sharing around down there so everyone can get a nice little caffeine fix.
15 minutes out of Melbourne and we start getting into farmland. Open spaces, fields, cows, sheep. Plenty of eucalyptus trees. There's 800 varieties. The eucalyptus trees are used as windbreaks between the different fields. A rest stop for tea and coffee. Dairy cattle country out here. We just passed a cheese plant.
And the Shipwreck Coast is one of these because down along this stretch of coastline we have had over 600 shipwrecks throughout the years, so just a couple. But the reason for this is the way our coastline is shaped. And down here we have these big dramatic cliffs that drop off straight down into the water and leaves lots of rocks and shoals just offshore. So we have some amazing currents and winds and waves that come up off the ocean here, and it's a combination of those rocks and everything beneath the water and the currents and the winds through here that have brought all of those ships to grief over the years. However, our coastline is good for something else apart from just wrecking ships, and this is all the beautiful rock formations that we get from them. So thousands and thousands of years of the winds and the waves crashing up against the cliffs, slowly eating away at them, digging into them and making caves. Those caves will get bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually they go all the way through the cliff and back out again, making tunnels. And those tunnels will keep getting larger and larger and larger until eventually the roof from that tunnel collapses and leaves just a tower of rock out behind, sitting out there in the water. Now, originally there was 9. These days we have 7. So 2 of them have fallen down. The most recent one fell down back in 2005. But they actually had a different name originally. The first name that us Europeans gave them was the Sow and Piglets. So someone sailed down along the coastline one day, looked over at one of these rocky islands and has thought, you know what, that rock over there kind of looks like a pig. And they've gone, alright, well if the big one's a pig, all these little ones must be piglets. So look at a bunch of pigs. So a new name was chosen, and the one that was decided upon was the Apostles. So no 12, it was just the Apostles. However, at the time we had a lot of people living in Australia who followed religions from the Bible. They heard the word apostles, automatically connected it with the 12 apostles from the Bible, and started misquoting the name down here as the 12 apostles. And slowly but surely it just got misquoted so many times that the name the 12 apostles just sort of stuck. So that's how we ended up with the name 12 Apostles, even though back then there was only 9 and these days we have 7. From arriving at our first stop at the Gibson Steps. Now, there's a sheep farmer up the top here, and he wanted a really quick way of getting his sheep down to Melbourne. So he thought if I could put them on a boat, I'd be able to sail them down there in a day. But otherwise he would have to herd them along the roads for over a week to get them down into town for market. So what he had to do was get a way of getting his sheep from the top of the cliffs down onto the beach to be able to put them on the boat. So he cut these stairs into the cliff face to be able to get down onto the beach, load his sheep up onto their boat and sail them to Melbourne. So that's how we originally got the stairs. They have had some work done to them over the years to make them a little bit safer, but it has left us with this lovely little access to the beach down here. And so this is going to be our first stop on the Great Ocean Road.
So here's the sheep farmer's trail so that he could get his sheep down here somehow to a boat to get them to market in Melbourne. No intention of going down those stairs, but you go down there take a sharp turn. Can't see where. And continue on down. Fly over this area for a 15-minute flight to the 12 Apostles Lookout, but as you already heard, there never were 12. There were 9 and now there's 7. There they are. We'll get a view from another angle. I think that's Gideon's steps down there, those people on the beach.
Yeah, which one? Brown fish. This one? Standing in the sea?
Lots of butterflies on that one bush. Got a beach, it looks pretty deep. The water is very clear. And then they've got cliffs. And way down here, there's a grotto.